G'day guys, Elfie here. It's been ages since I've recorded a MinecraftEdu video. I do have some footage of students building houses and things, but I haven't felt necessarily the need to put that up there because it's not really what I deem as good content. I do have some of their tours which I will be sorting through soon and uploading some of the good ones of them for you guys to look at, but this particular video is all about the latest release that's coming up in the next day or two. We're heading to 0.982 and this is a massive update. I was just telling the developers I'd forgotten how much they've added because I've had some of these features for quite a while now, and I was going back looking through the changelog and it is a massive list. So I've got it all written down in front of me, so I'm going to try and get through it all and make this as quick and efficient as we can. Excuse my clock. Hopefully it'll only do that one more time in this recording. The first thing I want to talk about is the new server tool, new world templates and things like that. So world templates are templates that at this stage come with it, or they're working on a download area where you can upload and download maps that other teachers have created or your own maps that you've created, so that there's room there for pre-made maps to teach a certain thing or a certain idea. The Create New World screen has changed massively. You can see there's a lot more text on here explaining what each of these does, and to generate structures and create animals have been put back in. I also think, maybe not in this update but in an update shortly, there will be a PvP option in here also. So if we generate a random world with structures and animals on, this is new, this information panel is new, and you can see that they've made the server IP a lot bolder. You've got information here about where you can get information and how to run a server and things like that. Most of the other stuff is pretty much the same, so that's the same. All of these are pretty much identical to what they were before. Oh no, the storing player data with alias is new on here. When you click stop server now, it gives you the option to quit, cancel or return to server tools. So if you wanted to just stop the server and start up another one, it brings the server tool straight back up. So the new server tool layout for when generating a new world I think is fantastic. The other thing you'll notice if I head over to advanced settings, we're now running Minecraft 1.2.5, so we're now fully 1.2.5 compliant, which is awesome. And the other excellent thing about MinecraftEdu, this new update, is you actually have custom texture pack support. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to log into my Minecraft server here locally hosted, and hopefully it doesn't mess up the recording too much. Okay, one thing I'll talk about before I join this server is there are a whole heap of new student skins that the students can choose from when they join your server now. So there's a heap of new skins for both boys and girls, which is pretty cool. I'm actually going to join as a teacher, and not much in here has changed. Oh, I can't remember what has changed and what hasn't changed. I should full screen that so you can see what's going on. The P menu, you now have on all of the Edu specific menus, you have a cross in the corner that you can close out of that menu with. The personal menu, I'm not sure whether the movement slider was there before, but all these buttons and everything is pretty much the same. The build menu, this is where some of the updates have happened. There is now a station menu, so teleports, if that wasn't there in the past, they have been definitely improved since they were first implemented, and the build tool menu. So I'm pretty sure that was all there before as well. Now the really cool thing is that we now have world edit capabilities. So for those of you who don't know, world edit is a very powerful in-game editor, and it is just amazing the things you can combine and do with both the Edu mod and the world edit in there is just massive. I'm just going to cross off some of the things I've talked about. And the reason I was doing this is I wanted to show you what it looked like in vanilla texture pack, so the standard Minecraft texture pack. I might head over here a little bit where it's not so graphics intensive. And then I'm going to log out and I'm going to show you where to put your custom textures so that the students, when they log into your server or when you log into your server, you actually get that custom texture pack support. So I'm just going to log out and I'll see you back at my screen. Okay, so I have a MinecraftEdu server running on my local computer here. To put the texture pack in, it needs to go into the server tool, MinecraftEdu Worlds, and if it's a saved map, which I don't have any, it goes into the saved map, the name, and then MCEdu. And in this here, I've got a simple craft texture pack here, and you rename that to textures.zip. And now, if I go back and log into that server, I will actually get that texture pack sent to me, and that will be the texture pack you guys see when I log in. So I'll just go and do that, and I'll see you back in there. Okay, so you can see now that Minecraft looks a lot different to what it did before I left. This is the Simple Craft texture pack. Not necessarily my favourite texture pack, it was just one I was playing with. But you can see that that's been sent to me. That's not on the client side, so that's been hosted on the server and been sent to me on the client side. So we can now do custom texture packs for different maps, which I think has massive potential for creating, say, my neurotransmitter map, creating a custom texture pack, if I was at all artistic, that displayed the sort of ambience I wanted for that text, for that particular map or that particular area, and then having that being sent to the kids when they log into that map, so that they get immersed in that environment instead of just sort of in a standard Minecraft environment. They can actually get immersed in both a visual environment now as well as the game environment itself. There are custom key bindings now. So if we go to options under MinecraftEdu settings, you can now do command shortcuts. So if you want to bind a certain key to build mode, fill tool, creative mode, allowing students to build, freezing students, and changing movement speed, you can now add custom shortcuts to them. And you can also add custom shortcuts to the menus that come up. So if you wanted to have G as a menu to go straight to give, then you can set that there. And if I go back to game, I press G and it brings me straight to the give menu. So if you can set up custom key bindings now, which is a really handy feature. Oops, wrong spot. And you can remove those bindings by just pressing escape. General settings are the same as last time, and you now have a setting there to allow textures from server, just in case you didn't want to use that texture pack, but I wouldn't be telling kids about that. The other interesting thing that has happened is we've had some massive performance enhancements into this version, which has just made the servers run so much quicker. I found when I upgraded to 1.2.5 a couple of months back with the pre-release of this version, we were getting a lot of server issues and a lot of server lag and a lot of server can't keep up errors. They've all been fixed now, at least for me, that like the server runs 100 times faster than what it did before, in my opinion. PvP, there's a lot of Hunger Games maps going around at the moment, and they are all the rage, and I think it's a great idea and a great way to engage kids in reading the book if you want to get them reading that book. But PvP now works. That can be set. It's a bit tricky to set, and I'll probably do a tutorial on how to set it, but PvP now works. Students, if you allow them, can now attack one another in the game. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a bit of a run through on some of the capabilities of World Edit and what it can do, or at least for a quick. I don't think my mouse is set right. No, it's not. That's why I can't look straight up and down. There we go. I'm not in creative. So World Edit has massive potential. What you can do is with blocks or tools or blocks that you no, it has to be tools. So tools that you can't place. So let's just get a sword. And look, there are going to be, I'm going to do another World Edit tutorial on some of the things I've used World Edit for, but there are many, many tutorials out there that'll be much better than anything I can do. But I can set this to be a brush, sphere, stone, 5. Okay, so now this sword, when I right click, will actually place a sphere 5 of radius 5 of stone. I'm just going to turn off night weather so that it doesn't get dark. So that has now been placed all there. So you can build structures really, really quickly now if you wanted to. So I've built mountains. If you watched my create me a mountain map, no, the contour map activity that I did with students, there's a video out there. You can search for it on my channel, or if I can remember, I'll link to it in the description. I did basically that, and then turned that all to sand so that there were no overhangs, and then smoothed it. So if I get another brush, wrong button, you can see that when custom texture pack support came in, you as a teacher will need to combine the texture packs, if you will, to get the texture packs on those Edu specific blocks. And again, I'll probably do a tutorial on that when I figure it out. So I can set this as a brush smooth 2. I will go 3. Okay, so now it'll actually smooth out this mountain a little bit. So it sort of brings blocks up and down and makes this more mountain-like. So this is how I actually went and created that mountain. So that's some of the things you can do with World Edit. One of the other really powerful things I do all the time is set it to an extend. So it's going to select, it says a cuboid, you can see down the bottom there, a cuboid, so we click for a starting point. So I'm going to start there, okay, and then it's because I did the select extend, I'm just going to turn long build on because it's much easier. It's now just going to extend that cuboid to where I want it to be. So I'm going to come up to the top here, I'm going to come right out to the side here, and this takes a little bit of practice to work out where you're going. So now in theory I have that whole stone thing selected in one giant cube, and then I should mention that it copies relative to you. So if I stand roughly in the middle of it and then do a copy, so it's now copied that, and then I can fly over somewhere else and it copies relative to me. So if I need to be in the position where I want it to be, and then I just paste it, so that has pasted that whole section back in there. And if I don't like it, I need to go a little bit higher. I wasn't high enough, I don't think. So we'll try again. So the power of combining these, so then I was obviously too high, so I can undo it again. So the power of that is just enormous for creating maps and custom environments for students to explore and learn in. There's this replace command, so I can replace stone with sand in my selection. There is just great power in combining World Edit with MinecraftEdu features is just enormous. So if I want a stone block over there, I can do it over there. I could probably put one on that tree. So I can just spam stone spheres all around the shop. And yeah, like I say, I think that's pretty much it. So I'll catch you next time. Thanks very much for taking the time to watch. I hope this has been helpful, and I look forward to recording more tutorials on World Edit and how I use it, and showing you some of the things that students have created or I've created, and students working in classrooms again. Thanks. See ya.